I kind of got to be honest, I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I just really kind of just don't care about the bike anymore. Alright, what is going on, everybody? As always, thanks for stopping by to check out another video. Always appreciate you tuning in. If you're tuning in, make sure you like this video, and you can stay tuned to all our new content. Make sure you check us out on Instagram too, at the Moto Jawn, for any updates, pictures, photos, all that fun stuff. And of course, per usual, we are on the streets of Philly. We're taking a ride down towards South Philly on Columbus Boulevard. We're scooting along the Delaware River. That's right over there. There's Cherry Street Pier. That's a pretty cool place, actually. I'll have to stop in there, show you guys that sometime. But anyways, what I've been thinking a little bit about lately, I've been having a feeling about the Sportster right now. Lately, I've kind of been thinking that I just don't care as much about this bike anymore. And I'm curious if anybody out there ever feels the same way about their bike. Is there come to a point for you, and let me explain this a little bit as I go, is there just ever come to a point for you where you just don't really care about your bike in a certain way like you used to? Like maybe when you first got it, or maybe, you know, when it was new or something like that. You just don't seem to have the same level of care for certain features that you used to. And let me explain. I hope I can kind of like articulate this clearly so that it makes sense. I'm not saying that I don't care about the bike anymore. Like, I love the bike, I love riding it, I still have fun with it. It's an amazing bike, I love it, love to look at it, all that stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, does there ever come a point for you where like you don't necessarily care so much for like the quality of the aesthetics, like I don't know, like keeping it clean, or if it gets dirty, or if it gets scratched up or damaged and stuff like that? That's a little background into what I'm trying to say. So I'm curious, if do you ever like stop caring about your bike from that perspective? Like, you know, if you've had it for so long, like you don't care if it's dirty anymore, you know, you don't care if it gets dinged up or nicked up, or you know, you're strap stuff to it and it gets all scratched up or something like. Let me know down in the comments, has anybody ever gotten to that point? I know some people are probably like, no, you're crazy, like I keep it clean, I don't ever want to scratch it, I don't want to ding it up, I don't care if it's brand new, 10 years old, I keep it in immaculate condition, immaculate shape. And maybe that's the case, but for me, I'll give you a little backstory here. For me, I'm kind of at the point now where like I've had it for 3 years, you know, I know what this bike is and what it is not. But what I'm trying to say is, lately I've noticed myself like caring less about like some of these little details and things. Like, look at this thing. I'm gonna have to get up closer here later. This thing is dirty as hell. I haven't washed it in probably like 2 or 3 months. Like, I don't even know. The thing's been out. I've ridden it in rain. It's been sitting out, dust and all this crap. Like, the thing is just dirty as hell right now. And like I said, I'm curious, does anyone ever get to that point with their bike where you're just kind of like, it's scratched, it's dirty, you know, who cares, whatever, they just got a ding over here, a dent over here. Also, little like tidbits, you know, like doing some of your own little like upgrades, or digging through certain like maintenance of the bike that maybe you wouldn't have done before. You know, I was like digging through my primary and clutch the other day, trying to straighten that out. You know, I was messing around with my brakes the other day. I don't know if I would have done that, like, you know, within the first couple years of having the bike, but I guess maybe that just comes with like confidence of riding it more, you know, having it and getting more familiar with it and everything. And yeah, like I said, like, you know, now like having it for 3 years, getting more familiar with riding and, you know, some of the more maintenance mechanical type stuff, not afraid to like dig around in there. You know, if I screw up something, I'm like, whatever, who cares, you know? Like early on I would have never done that. I'd be like, I don't want to mess anything up, I don't want to screw anything up. And I think when I first really started to realize that was probably like 1.5 to 2 years into owning the bike, and I was wondering, I was like, man, does anybody else ever like think this way, or do they take like immaculate care and stuff of their bikes? I don't know. Like I said, let me know. I'm real curious to hear if you just ever kind of stop caring about that type of stuff. So let me pull over back here. I'm going to show you a couple things that I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, look at this thing. I haven't washed this thing in months. We got crap all over here. The pipes are all dusty, dirty, and it really doesn't bother me. I don't know why. Like, it used to. I probably should clean it just to, like, you know, make sure stuff's not rusting and get some of that stuff cleaned out of there. But actually, yeah, maybe now that I think about it, maybe I should clean this thing up. But no, look at this thing. It's dirty as hell. And another thing, like when I went camping down in Baltimore, I had some stuff strapped back here. Can't see it right now because it's like super dirty, but it like buffed out some of the paint. I probably should have like put some type of protective thing there. I didn't, but it buffed out, scratched up the rear fender. I was like, whatever, I guess. I got a little scratch right here from when I leaned it over. I was a little too close to a side of a building one day when I was parking on the sidewalk. We got that scratch there. I was just kind of like, crap. We got more dirt and crusty stuff up here. We got a scratch right here. Don't know what that was from. I think I might have dropped the key or something on there. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know when that happened. I mean, at some point I was just kind of like, screw it. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's after the warranty. I start bolting stuff on there. Don't even really care what's going to happen to it at that point. Like I said, I'm not saying that I don't care about, like, I love riding it. I'm never going to trade it in. I'm going to keep this thing forever. But I don't know. It's just kind of weird for me. Like at some point, I just kind of became, I was like, who cares? Screw it. It's dirty. It's got some scratches. I guess that's just kind of character. But like I said, some people, I mean, they keep their bike immaculate. Keep that chrome shining. Keep the deep black. That's cool too. I mean, you want this stuff to last a while. You don't want to have problems with it, but I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things I was thinking about lately. So let's hop back on the bike. I'll give you the backstory as to what I was more like when I first got the bike for like the first 1.5 or 2 years. So that was a look at the current state of my Sporty right now. Obviously, you know, we got some dings, we got some marks, we got some dirt, we got a lot of dirt and stuff on there, but hey, they say, you know, if your bike's too clean, you're probably not riding it, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, what I was saying, the kind of the backstory of that is, like, when I first got the bike, like I always say, I got it brand new in 2019. And, you know, at the time, that's like a huge purchase for me. You know, that's a lot of money, you know, big investment for me. I was really happy with it, like I always say anyways. But, so I'm like, you know, I'm always out there, I'm cleaning it, I'm wiping it down, you know, inspecting everything, making sure everything's tight and good to go and working properly, and, you know, always taking care of it, making sure I'm not, like, hitting anything or scratching stuff up. And so that was like the first 1.5 years. I was like, man, you know, I'm gonna take immaculate care of this stuff, like keep it pristine, keep it, you know, the amazing bike that it is. And then somewhere along the way I was just kind of like, you know, it's like, that's just natural. You know, you ride it, you know, the thing's got almost 13,000 miles on it. You're gonna get nicks, you're gonna get chips, it's gonna be dirty, you know, all that type of stuff. Eventually I was just kind of like, you know, who cares? And like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like obviously I don't want anything terrible to happen to it. You don't want to like crash it and total it, or, you know, have anything like really bad happen to it where something goes wrong or anything like that. But yeah, after a while, I don't know, I guess it's like kind of like the new novelty kind of wears off, I guess. You know, you don't care if it's dirty, you don't care if like stuff's busting off of it. Like I said, my chain guard broke off one time and I was just kind of like, screw it, who cares? Something else is just going to rattle off of this shaky thing any minute now anyways. A little bit of that kind of goes with the Harley connotation anyway, of like a Sportster. You know, all these Sportsters, they're old. A lot of them start to get dinged up and all crusty anyways. So, I mean, if it's inevitable, you put a lot of miles and miles and miles on these things, you know, that stuff's going to happen. It's just a matter of, do you let it bother you or not? So I guess that's kind of my curious question to everybody out there. Like I said at the beginning, you know, like, when do you stop caring about that type of thing, if ever? Do you? I don't know. Drop it down there and let me know. I guess it could kind of make a difference too if you buy like a brand new or used bike. You know, I'm sure if you get one used, kind of already in the state, you know, not totally used, but a little newer, a little used like mine, you know, you're not going to care about some of those things. I mean, you're going to take care of it as much as you can, obviously, I would imagine, but I feel like that sentiment probably comes from newer bikes. I would assume you get a brand new, thing's beautiful, whether it's chrome or blacked out, the paint's beautiful, all this and that. You kind of want to maintain that look, you know, that beautiful brand new look, but hey, you know, it can't last forever. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for now as we finish up this ride through a beautiful Philly fall day right here. Talking about how I do not care about my Harley Sportster anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I do. Just, you know, some of that stuff, you just kind of rolls off your back now, you know, whatever. So as always, if you like riding around, talking motorcycles, exploring Philly as much as I do, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. It's the Moto John. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.